Hello, and welcome back to another episode. I am over here where we built our furnace arrays a couple of episodes ago. Mostly because I realized that I don't think I showed you guys this. These are all of the shulkers of just stone that I dug out when I was digging out the giant cactus farm that's in the wall back there. And the reason why I brought this up is I've been slowly feeding all of these shulkers through the blast chamber down below in order to get cobblestone for some of the materials that we need for an upcoming build. But I think it's time that I stop spending my time just sitting up there and placing a whole bunch of stone and letting it run through the blast chamber and just build a cobblestone generator that'll do it automatically for us. Why not, right? So I think I have figured out that there is enough room on this side over here so that we can fit in the cobblestone generator down there, and we'll be able to merge it in right here, I think. And yeah, it'll be pushed into the right position here in the blast chamber, and we'll get a whole bunch of cobble up here. I have already gone ahead and added a second slice for cobblestone, and the design that we're going to build for the cobblestone generator is also works for a basalt generator, and we'll just have to like flip a switch, and then we can switch it from cobblestone mode to basalt, or from basalt mode over back to cobblestone. So I think that that works out pretty well. So I think we're just gonna hop right into a time lapse and build it. Here we go. Okay, the cobblestone generator and basalt generator are built. So let's go take a look at it actually. This is where I decided to put the levers, the switches for the cobblestone farm. So this is the actual on-off switch, and then this is switching it from cobblestone to basalt and back, obviously. So if we hop into the back, we can actually take a look at the farm itself. This is a Ilmango design, as is becoming a recurring statement on this channel. So in order to make cobblestone, we have to have lava and water touch. Depending on if it's flowing water or running water, you can make actual like smooth stone versus cobblestone. But since we're just going to be blowing it up with the blast chamber anyway, it doesn't matter if it's cobblestone versus smooth stone. So we have source water blocks up there that flow in and then touch the lava, which creates the cobblestone. And when we switch over to basalt mode, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. Lever to basalt. The blue ice that was sitting here next to the obsidian gets pushed up. And then obviously we have to move the cobblestone out from that area. And then when lava touches soil and blue ice, it'll make basalt. And so that'll end up becoming basalt after we get the cobblestone out. And then most of, let's hop into free cam up here. Up here, this is where we actually move all of the blocks along. So if we go into the back here, we will notice, yeah, okay. We will notice that we have one regular piston off the end of the line where we're actually creating the blocks. That's just so that we can push the blocks ahead of it along. And so most of what's up here is actually just kind of that conveyor belt moving of all of the blocks along. And then this is an auto block pusher, very similar to a lot of the other auto block pushers that we have along here in some of our other wood farms in this area. So I think what we can probably do next is just turn it on and watch it do its thing. I think I do want to turn it back to cobblestone. So let's just double check. Yep, the blue ice got moved back down. Then we can turn it on. And I think I'm just going to go into free cam mode for this. So we can see there's just a continual stream of cobblestone coming in here. And it's kind of swapping back and forth between this line and that line. And then it's being pushed along. I am getting some serious frames here. But yeah, it seems to be working out pretty good. So I will probably let this run for a while and collect a bunch of cobblestone. So we are pretty close to being able to start working on the next project for today, which is a tunnel bore. Now, before I start talking about tunnel bores and where we're going to put it and what we're going to use it for, I figure now is probably a good time to talk about my stance on TNT, just in general. And at the crux of it, of my stance on TNT, really revolves around dispensers. What I mean by that is, if I have a dispenser here, I'm able to dispense TNT from the dispenser, and then the TNT can blow up. We're using that over in the blast chamber, if you remember. So way up here, we have a dispenser here that has a whole bunch of TNT in the chest. And then we have some timings to figure out when we can drop the TNT to blow up all of the blocks that we need for, you know, running different farms and whatnot. But what you can't do with dispensers is actually push them with pistons, right? I can't push the dispenser with the piston. Because of that, if I want a machine that is a tunnel bore in this case, but that essentially just moves along a world somewhere and it uses TNT to, you know, carve a path, I don't have an option other than to duplicating TNT. Yeah. So my stance on it is this: if I can use a dispenser, I will use a dispenser. Hence why I'm using a TNT or a dispenser in the blast chamber behind me instead of using duplication of TNT, which I definitely could have used. They're Ilmango, the one who designed the TNT or the blast chamber back there, has a TNT dupe version instead of the dispenser version. And in the end, it really just depends on what you feel comfortable with, what you're happy with, and how you want to play the game. In my case, I have made the decision that where I can, I'm going to use a dispenser. Where I can't, such as a tunnel bore or a world eater, something that has to move as it's dropping the TNT, then I will have to use a duplication of TNT. And that being said, it's been in the game for at least a couple years, if not longer, at this point, and the devs have known about it and haven't removed it. I'm sure that they could figure out a way to remove it, but at this point, people like it enough, and it's been around long enough that I feel comfortable just using it. That being said, I think people that do use dupe TNT, myself included, need to remember that it is a bug. And at some point in the near future, in the long future, at some point, it will probably be removed. Or maybe it won't be removed, but maybe there will be a alternative to running dupe TNT type stuff. What I mean by that is maybe they come up with some ways that we can push dispensers, or maybe they come up with an entirely new block that's, I don't know, a TNT sling or something, right? That's just an entirely new block that can be pushed around by pistons, so we can use them in world eaters or tunnel bores, but we can still add an inventory full of TNT, or supply the slings with TNT somehow. That's really what I'm trying to get at, is if in the future, like, yes, this is a bug, we can use it, I feel comfortable with using it, but at some point in the future, if it gets fixed or changed or modified, I don't want to have duped TNT all over my world that I then feel like I have to go and change. So, yeah. Now, on to our actual tunnel bore stuff. So, tunnel bores. I think the one sentence description of a tunnel bore that most accurately describes them is a machine that can be moved along that creates a tunnel in its wake. Now, most of the time, when people say tunnel bores, they're referring to TNT-based tunnel bores, and because it's TNT, people will have to duplicate the TNT because, well, the machine has to move along, right? There are some, shall we say, genius people out there that have come up with plans and ideas and workable methods, machines that use ghasts to blast holes. Although I think that mainly works in the nether, because netherrack has a pretty low blast resistance. I don't think that would work in the overworld with deep slate, for example. Or withers. The problem with withers is only the blue skulls will break deep slate. Maybe that's not accurate. Is that accurate? Withers are just a pain to deal with just in general, and so I don't think that's going to be a great idea for me in this world, to deal with wrangling up withers in order to create some machine around them to push around with as a tunnel bore. So yeah, we're going the TNT route, and I've already talked enough about the TNT. So I think the next question then is location. Where are we going to put our tunnel bore to create a tunnel, I guess? Well, in general, with tunnel bores, it kind of depends on what you're going after. If you're going after diamonds, you want to go as low in the world as you can. In my case, I just want to clear a really, really large area. So I am down here. And a little backstory on this area over here. When I was originally looking around for, oh, diamonds. When I was originally looking around for an area to call, well, the Dwarven Kingdom home, I found this giant cavern here. So if I just go up into free cam, I really like the look of this. It almost feels like a natural, almost throne room to me. I can see like a raised dais here with a pretty big throne being set up here, and just kind of getting this decked out into a Dwarven Kingdom throne room type room. Which also leads to my idea for this other giant cavern back here. I feel like it makes sense to turn this into a vault. It's a giant area. It would be well protected because it's basically right behind the throne. And I think it could look pretty good. So where does that leave me in terms of tunnel bore and our upcoming projects? Well, I saw that there's this cavern or a spaghetti cave, however you want to describe it, that goes down over here. I feel like this could be a cool entrance into a area that the king is partial to, a high priority area, or an area that the king wants to keep a pretty close eye on. And I think there might be a better entrance than here. So if I go way over here, you guys do not expect you guys to remember how to get over here. But if I go way down here, I think this is where we're actually going to start clearing out the area and building the tunnel bore. Now for reference, we are pretty much right underneath. Oh, this is the throne room. So when we come down here, we would have to clear out area over here in order to get into the giant area that I want to clear out. And by giant, I mean giant, like absolutely massive. All of the pink area here is what I want to clear out. It's absolutely massive, as you can see. Which is why I'm using a tunnel bore and not digging it out by hand without a beacon. No bueno. Does not sound like fun to me. Digging without a beacon. Tunnel bores actually sound a lot of fun. Like a lot of fun. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to clear an area by hand, because we have to do that at some point in order to get the tunnel bore machine even started and to build it. So we're going to clear out a little area, and we're going to run a tunnel bore, a small tunnel bore, in order to clear enough area for the big tunnel bore. Tunnel bores, clearing for tunnel bores. All right, time to build a tunnel bore, or two. Okay, what I'm calling the mini tunnel bore is now done. So I think I'm gonna give this a run for a while so that we can clear out enough room for the full tunnel bore to go, so that we can clear out all of the room that we need for the next big build. But because this is TNT, and people always love seeing TNT, I figure I would, run it with you guys for a little bit. Alright, so that should prime all of the TNT dupers. Just want to take a quick look here. I think they're all good. Alright. And that stepped away from the wall just fine. Alright. I think we are good to go. So we should see TNT being launched now. Very nice. Alright, so the next few hours of my life is going to be having some fun blowing up some TNT. Here we go. What I am calling the mini tunnel bore just finished its run, and I've gone ahead and cleaned up the floor behind me so that it's all mostly flat. So I will end up cleaning up this tunnel bore and start building up the very big, very long tunnel bore here, and we will go and clear all of the room that way that we need to go and clear. I'm very happy with how this ran. It will be a lot of time that I'm saving versus just mining out all of this. Yeah, so much time is going to be saved. That being said, if I do this, you will see that there is a lot of room that I still need to clear out, even with using the tunnel bore. So, yeah, that's not happening this episode. This episode is probably long enough as it is, so I think what I'm going to do is end it here. And between episodes, I will build up the very big tunnel bore and send that along and clear out the majority of the room for our big project that we've been working towards. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.